Miracles aren't relics of the past or tricks of the mind. They still happen.
Man in white who was helping me in the pool, and I think maybe it was Jesus or maybe an angel.
Voices calling out from beyond. Souls rising from bodies, and the unimaginable unfolding before our very eyes. So get ready for the compilation of the unbelievable, caught in the very moment it happened, and no one could deny it. This eerie clip has left people speechless. It shows nurses performing CPR on a patient lying on the hospital bed when something unbelievable happens. A mist, shaped exactly like the patient, rises from the body and slowly ascends, dissolving into a shapeless cloud above. Moments later, the patient was declared deceased. To this day, no one has been able to explain what the camera caught, but many see it as haunting proof of a soul leaving the body. A hospital security officer monitoring CCTV footage one night noticed something bizarre. In one of the rooms, a misty, human-shaped figure floated slowly through the air. Something about it reminded him of a patient who had recently passed away, a man known for pacing that very room at night. The officer became convinced it was the patient's spirit. Returning to the place, he took his final breath, unable or unwilling to let go. Shadowy visitor. An elderly patient had been saying she saw a child in her room, but her family dismissed it as delusion after she passed. One of them reviewed the footage from the night before and froze. A small figure stood beside her bed, dark as shadow. Nurses moved around the room, walking through it, completely unaware. The next day, she was gone. Some now believe that Shadow wasn't a child at all, but something sent to guide her soul. Glowing presence. A hospital security camera captured footage that's been making waves online. The patient, a woman reportedly in critical condition, was alone in her room when something extraordinary happened. A glowing arm seemed to appear beside her bed, gently reaching out, and she even seemed to be talking to the figure, calm and unafraid. A nurse spotted the moment on CCTV and rushed to check. By the time she arrived, the woman was fast asleep, smiling. Her heart rate was stable for the first time in hours. Many believe it was an angel, quietly comforting her when she needed it most. Mirrored blessing. This clip from 2006 has gone viral again, and for good reason. 3 kids in Germany were recording birthday wishes for their mom, laughing, popping balloons. But behind them, the mirror caught something strange. A pale figure, almost glowing, with what looked like wings. Seconds later, the mirror crashed to the floor. Many believe it was an angel, just passing through. Their mother still keeps the video. Says it was a blessing caught on camera. Paralysis missed. After battling sleep paralysis, a man set up a CCTV camera in his bedroom. One night, it captured something bizarre. A faint mist hovered above his sleeping body, rising as if from within him. Moments later, objects on his table began to move. One even flew across the room and hit him. Then the mist slowly descended, disappearing back into his body. That's when he suddenly woke up, confused and shaken. Some believe it was his guardian spirit protecting him. Others think it was something else. Something that only shows itself when we can't move or scream. Guardian mist. On April 5th, a couple accidentally drove into a road under construction, causing a sudden crash. Footage of the incident quickly went viral, but not just because of the accident. People noticed something strange. As the car came to a stop, a white mist seemed to rise from it, vanishing into the air. Many believed it was the soul of someone inside, but later reports confirmed the couple was unharmed and made it home safely. Skeptics called it smoke. Others said it moved too fast. They believe it wasn't a soul leaving, but something divine stepping in. Final farewell. In a heart-wrenching moment, a little girl visited her mother's grave with her aunt. Just as they were about to leave, the girl suddenly looked up, smiled, and waved, like someone was standing right there. Her aunt was puzzled. The cemetery was empty. Then the girl stepped onto her mother's grave, leaned up as if to kiss someone, and whispered goodbye. Her aunt stood frozen, filming the whole unusual scene. She swore her niece saw something she couldn't, and maybe, just maybe, it was a mother saying goodbye one last time. Holy light. During a quiet prayer service inside a church, something strange was caught on camera. In one corner, a soft light began to glow, growing brighter and brighter, until it was almost too intense to look at. Witnesses were stunned. Many believed it was the presence of the Virgin Mary, manifesting in the space. Skeptics dismissed it as a camera flare or lighting glitch. But if you look closely, you can almost make out the silhouette of a robed figure in the shape of the glow. Real or illusion? Those who were there say they felt something they can't explain. Water voice. A strange video has surfaced showing a man filming his canoe journey through a quiet area in Florida. As he paddled along, he spotted something submerged beneath the water. It was a sunken vehicle. He quickly called the authorities. But that's not what got people talking. Midway through the clip, a child's voice can clearly be heard calling out to him.
Dad, pay attention. We're swimming to the edge.
Yet, in the reflection, it's obvious he was completely alone. So where did the voice come from? One chilling theory suggests it was the spirit of a child, still trapped in the car, calling out for help. Sky Messenger. Angels have started appearing in the sky, or so people claim. But this time, the claim came with evidence. In Houston, Texas, on June 13th, 2025, dozens of residents filmed something extraordinary, a cloud formation that looked unmistakably like an angel, not just a vague shape. One photo even showed what looked like detailed wings, feathers and all. Many took it as a sign, a heavenly presence watching from above, but the timing sent chills down everyone's spines. Just days later, the flash floods came, and suddenly, that angel didn't feel like a blessing, but a warning. Some say it was one of the signs spoken of in Scripture, a messenger not of peace, but of the end of times. From beyond. A man was walking through a quiet neighborhood when he came across a crash right inside a cemetery.
Lucky they didn't hit none of these tombstones. Real lucky.
He pulled out his phone to record the wreckage, but then he heard it.
You okay?
It was a woman's voice, crying for help. But when he approached the car, there was no one inside, and no sign of anyone nearby. Online, people had a chilling theory. The woman's spirit didn't realize she had already passed. Soul glitch. These nurses were monitoring a critical patient when something out of this world happened. On the screen, a shadowy shape seemed to rise from the patient's body, then slowly drift away. The clip quickly went viral. Some were convinced it was the patient's soul, caught on camera in real time. Others weren't so sure, calling it a camera glitch or a bug crawling near the lens. But here's the eerie part. Moments later, the heart monitor flatlines, as if whatever that thing was had taken something with it. Afterlife visit. On December 29th, 2024, a Michigan homeowner was standing outside her house at night when something unexpected happened. A small glowing orb appeared out of nowhere and floated gently near her. But to her, It wasn't just a ball of light. She believed it was her beloved pet dog reaching out from the afterlife. She described a strange sense of calm, and the orb even paused where her dog used to sit. Whether it was grief, memory, or something else entirely, she never saw it again. But she waits for it every night. Glowing entity.
Míralo, míralo, mi papá bailando con mira, mira.
A heartwarming moment was caught on film as a mother recorded her father dancing with her young son around a backyard fire. The child was laughing, completely amused. But something odd appeared in the footage. A strange light seemed to follow the grandfather closely, moving with him as he danced. Online, some viewers claimed it was the child's guardian angel, staying near to protect him. But the mother had a more unsettling thought. Her father had been battling a serious illness, and she feared the light wasn't watching over the child, but waiting to take her father away. Shielded. A home security camera captured something extraordinary in an otherwise quiet neighborhood. While reviewing footage, the homeowner noticed a man walking casually down the street. Nothing unusual at first. But then, behind him, a strange translucent shape suddenly appeared. It expanded like a glowing shield, hovered for a brief moment, and vanished without a trace. The man never looked back. Some say it was just a trick of light, but others believe it was something more. A guardian angel stepping in during a moment of unseen danger. A silent protector, caught only by chance. Out of body. There's an old belief that when someone passes away, their soul rises like mist before vanishing into the air. That's exactly what people claim to have seen in this video. A man was lying motionless on the ground. And then, something began lifting from his body. It was faint, shadowy, almost like smoke. No one confirmed whether the man survived, but what the camera captured had netizens divided. Some said it was debris or heat distortion. Others believed it was proof of the soul departing. Glowing figure. A man hiking through the woods climbed a quiet hill to take in the view. But something unusual caught his eye. There, high up in a tree, something was glowing. He pulled out his camera and zoomed in. And what he captured left him shaken. Perched on a branch was a humanoid figure, draped in a white, luminous robe. It didn't move. It just sat there, silently. The hiker later said he believed it was an angel, a divine being, caught in a moment of prayer deep in the woods. And it vanished without a trace. Sky sign. Residents in the Philippines were left stunned by what appeared in the sky. Just moments after a church mass had ended, a video began to spread, showing a cloud formation hanging above the building. In the footage, a human-like figure is clearly visible. Some believed it was Jesus. Others said it looked like the Virgin Mary. Either way, many were convinced this was no ordinary cloud. They called it a divine sign, and for the faithful, it served as a reminder. As the end times approach, the signs from above may no longer be subtle. Gentle visit. One night on a quiet farm, the CCTV camera picked up something that left the owner speechless. A cow stood still, staring at something just outside the camera's view. Then, slowly, a faint, glowing figure appeared. It reached out, almost like it was patting the cow's head, then faded away without a sound. The farmer said it reminded him of someone who once cared deeply for the animals, and now he believes that presence returned, just for a moment, to bring peace and comfort to a creature they once loved. Wandering light. On May 26, 2025, something mysterious lit up the skies over Mancherial, India. A glowing orb of light appeared out of nowhere. and gently descended to the ground. Several stunned residents recorded the scene. In one video, the orb could be seen hovering silently just above the earth. It didn't flicker or fade away, and simply hovered, as if waiting for something. Some believe it was just a natural light anomaly, but others have a more haunting theory that this orb was a wandering soul, unaware it had moved on. So what do you think it was? Let me know in the comments. Annie's Light. On June 9th, 2018, 9-year-old Annie Powell nearly drowned. Her parents, both pastors, watched in horror as she was pulled from the water. Unresponsive, she was rushed to the hospital and placed in a coma. While doctors worked, her family, friends, and entire church community prayed around the clock. Then, something remarkable happened. Just 5 days later, Annie woke up and was well enough to leave the hospital. But what truly stunned everyone was what she remembered.
I saw butterflies, and they are all different colors. I felt very happy and joyful.
She spoke of a beautiful place filled with light and colorful butterflies, and said she felt overwhelming love. She also recalled a man in white helping her in the pool, gentle, kind, and calm.
There was the man in white who was helping me in the pool.
Her family believed it was an angel, or Jesus himself. Returned message. Zach Clements, a high school football player from Brownwood, Texas, was healthy and active until he suddenly collapsed during PE class. Doctors later confirmed it was a cardiac arrest. He was unresponsive for over 20 minutes. Just as the hospital staff prepared to call it, a pulse returned. His recovery stunned everyone. But what left people truly speechless was what he described afterward.
A man had longish kind of ruffled hair. It didn't take me long to realize that that was Jesus.
Zach said he saw a man, calm, kind, radiant, who told him everything was going to be okay. He believed it was Jesus. For doctors, it may remain a medical mystery, but for Zach's family, it felt like a moment of grace from beyond, returned with a message of peace. Voice shift. Something strange happened during a consecration at Holy Mass in New York, and many believe it was a sign from God. At first, everything seemed normal, until the priest began to speak. Suddenly, his voice shifted.
All of you, and eat it, which will be given up for you.
It seemed almost as if someone else had taken over. Some noticed his hand trembling, and how his words slowed just before the change. Then the voice continued, calm, steady, and unfamiliar.
The blood of the new and everlasting covenant, it will be shed for you and for all.
Footage of the moment spread quickly online. Believers say it was no coincidence, but a miracle. Jesus speaking through the priest during one of the holiest moments of the Mass. Loyal Shadow. Take a look at this footage. A homeowner had set up her camera to capture something she hoped would return. The day before, she'd noticed something strange at the back entrance. And this time, she caught it. A shadow appeared on the screen door, roughly the size of a dog. She was stunned. Her beloved dog had been put to sleep earlier that year, and that same pet had once broken through that very door. But now, no one was outside. Just the shape, still and waiting like it used to. Then, right on camera, the shadow slowly faded away. The woman tearfully believed it was her old companion, coming back just for a moment to say hello one last time. Cross in the sky. A strange photo has been making rounds online, sending some into awe and others into panic. It shows an unusual cloud formation around the moon, perfectly shaped like a glowing cross. What really stirred people was the way the cross appeared to be behind the moon, like divine light shining from beyond. The image spread fast. No official word has confirmed whether the photo is real or edited, but for many, that didn't matter. They saw it as a heavenly sign and a reminder that in uncertain times, some messages might come from above. Face in clouds. One local was enjoying the pleasant weather when he looked up and saw something he'd never forget. High above, a strange cloud formation seemed to form the face of a person, calm, watchful, almost divine. He stared in awe, and in that quiet moment, a thought struck him. Was it a coincidence or a sign? They say God is always watching, and the man truly believed it was Jesus looking down on him. Just a gentle reminder that even on ordinary days, blessings might be hiding in plain sight. Faces in trees. Footage from the old settler cemetery in North Carolina has been going viral, and when you look closely, you'll understand why. In the bark of one towering tree, you can make out faces, eyes, a nose, even lips, watching, clear enough to unsettle anyone. Theories began flying online. Some believed they were spirits guarding the resting souls beneath. Others claimed it was just a trick of light and shadow, a projection of the mind. But one thing's for sure. Once you see the faces in the tree, it's hard to unsee them. Heavenly sign. Lately, there's been a lot of talk about the return of Jesus, and if you're wondering why, take a look at these photos. Captured by multiple residents over the island of Ikaria, Greece, they all show the same thing. A glowing, robed figure suspended in the sky. Many believe it's Jesus, appearing as a sign. Skeptics say it's just a camera glitch or light flaring at the right angle, but the consistency and the sheer number of photos have people questioning what's really going on. Divine message or illusion? That's up to you to decide. Untouched. In a shocking case from Brazil, the fire department responded to a devastating house fire. By the time they arrived, the home had been completely consumed by flames. But inside the charred remains of one room, something unbelievable stood untouched. A portrait of the Virgin Mary, resting upright in the corner, perfectly intact, without even a scratch. Firefighters were stunned. To the faithful, it wasn't just a coincidence. It was a sign, a miracle that survived the flames and left many walking away with their faith burning brighter than ever. Holy baptism. This video has gone viral in the Christian community of the Dominican Republic. It shows a group of religious leaders preparing to perform a baptism in a forest when something incredible happened. Glowing figures appeared near the trees, silent, luminous, and still. One witness, standing at a distance, pulled out her phone and began filming. The figures didn't move, but they seemed to watch. The pastor later said they were robed in white, with no visible faces. For many, there was no doubt. These were angels, sent to honor the baptism and bless everyone who stood beneath the trees. Moving hand. On June 10th, 2018, something truly strange happened in Mexico. During a live broadcast from Santa Anita Church, a priest was leading a prayer when something unexpected occurred. Behind him, the statue of Christ appeared to move its hand. Strangely, no one inside the church noticed. It wasn't until later, when the video was uploaded, that netizens spotted the movement. The footage quickly spread online. Some say it was a trick of light or the camera, but many believed it was a divine sign, a subtle gesture from Jesus himself, reaching out in silence. Thank you very much for watching the video. Do like and share it with your friends. Subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon to not miss any of the upcoming amazing videos. Thank you once again.